Okay na ba? Nag-video na ba? Wait.
Paano ka nga pala gagawa ng introduction? Ano yan? Magpapakilala pa ba kayo? Hindi na. But you need to do some courtesy. Kung umaga yun, dapat mag-good morning ka pa rin. You need to show some courtesy. Kasi, ano,
Hindi, PM kami.
good.
Jonathan Joshua na I'm here to present to you in Oral 2008. The case that I was able to get is asthma. Now, first I'm going to explain the pathophysiology of asthma. Asthma is the chronic irritation of the airways, which where we inhale oxygen because of the allergens. So, we have to know what is the allergen. First, smoking. Usually, smoking patients develop this kind of disease because of the smoke inhalation. Also, others factors, the hereditary, maybe they acquired it from the parents, and that it increases their susceptibility to the formation of asthma. Also, chronic respiratory diseases, because of being infected chronically by infection like pneumonia, community acquired pneumonia, and other communicable diseases. Also, pollution is another kind of irritant. It contains chemicals that causes all of this to become a chronic irritation to the airways. Now, because we have a chronic irritation in the airways, the airways contain ciliated cells. Ciliated cells are the ones that repulse the foreign materials we inhale again outside the human body. But because of there is a chronic irritation of the airways, there will be a decreased mucociliary action of the ciliated cells. But later on, will contribute to the destruction of the ciliated cells because of the chronic irritation. Now, because of there will be a destruction of ciliated cells, there will be inflammation. So, as you can see, because of the inflammation, there will be increased mucus secretions to because of the inflammation there will be immigration of fluids, inflammatory response, so it is the sputum formation in the airway. Also there will be a scar formation. The scar, the former ciliated cells will be transformed into smooth stratified stem cells. So in layman's term, your airway will be smooth and not contain anymore any ciliated cells that repels the foreign material. Then the combination of two will contribute to the consistent production of secretion. The patient will complain consistent phlegm and productive cough. Also, he will complain of dyspnea, which is difficulty in breathing. And so basically, asthma is a problem in the airway because of the allergen.
What will be your nursing?
So what will be my two nursing for epidemic?
Meron ka na bang mga ganyan, JJ? Yung may nagawa ka ng mga diagram na ganyan? O ngayon mo palang ginawa yan?
Meron na, pero hindi ko sinusunod yung ginawa ko. Anong naalala ko. One. So, applying the principle of ABC, which is airway breathing circulation, as we know, the patient has a problem in the airway, so that will be my first nursing diagnosis. So, ineffective airway clearance related to overproduction of patient. So, what will be my first independent nursing interventions? First, I have to assess the respiratory condition of the patient. Do auscultation to hear if there's any crackles, wheezing, rust, and any respiratory sounds that are not normal. Also, to encourage patients to do deep breathing exercises to mobilize the secretion. Also, encouraging the increased oil or a fluid intake of 80 liters per day, 20 liters per day, so that to mobilize the secretion to saturate the sticky secretions in his airway. Also to assist the patient, encourage the patient to do ambulatory exercise within his injured condition. What will be my dependent nursing intervention with meds that will dilate the airways and decrease secretions like mucolytics so that the patient can expectorate effectively the secretions. Then collaborative will be diet and pulmonology so that we can obtain the ABGs or what we call the blood gases, so that the patient will be able to excrete the retained gases because of the destruction of secretion. And my second nursing intervention is in turn breathing pattern related to the breathing pattern difficulty in breathing. First, again, to assess the respiratory condition, especially the respiratory muscles, which is contained in the diaphragm, because maybe the patient has difficulty in breathing because of the obstruction in the airway, the lungs, getting a hard time in excreting carbon dioxide. Also, again, increase respiratory intake, ambulation, provide adequate respirators to decrease oxygen demand in the body because, as we know, there's obstruction of carbon dioxide and less oxygen intake of the patient. And assess the level of consciousness of the patient and the mental status because maybe the patient is getting low concentration of oxygen in his brain that contributes to this agitation or mental alteration because of less perfusion of oxygen in the brain. And maybe dependent nursing intervention will be again meds that dilate the airway and mucolytic then collaborative pulmonology and maybe cardiology or reflexology.
Hindi ko narinig sa yung nebulizer. Saan pumapasok yun dyan? Nebulization.
Sa dependent.
Nebulization sa dependent yun? Pati yung...
Hindi naman pwede mag-nebulize ng patient na walang order ng doktor. Kasi pwede may heart problem siya. Pag nag-nebulize ka,
bumibili
pwede
sa
ka magkaroon
palpitation.
ng dyspnea. Bibilis yung cardiac. At ano yun ang nebulization is beta-adrenergic drug. Beta-adrenergic drug. Beta is a sympathetic response, sympathetic increased body function. But to the heart, ang opposite ng beta sa lungs, magdadilate siya, hindi siya magkukonstrict. Because, syempre, sympathetic, increased activity, you need more oxygen. So, walang independent. Ang body mo, continue na kuha ng oxygen demand. Ang body mo, hindi oxygen demand. Ang sabihin ng heart mo, pag-pump mo blood. Hanggang sa mas stress na yung muscle sa dito. Stress yan, hanggang sa mistake ng high blood pressure, ganun, complications na.